Sweta Roy, your English Master Teacher at Vedantu. Hope all of you are doing super amazing, guys. And the story that we are going to cover today is the Thief's Story, which is one of my personal favorites. It's a beautiful story with a strong message for all of us, and it's really a very heart-touching story at the same time. And by one of my favorite authors, guys, that is Ruskin Bond. Now, Ruskin Bond is an Indian author of British descent, and he was awarded the Sahitya Academy Award in 1992 for his novel. The name of the novel is Our Trees Still Grow in Dehra. Okay, so let us start the story. Let us revise the entire story at one go. Okay, so one short revision, guys. Before starting off the session, there is an announcement, guys. There's a surprise for you. That is, vote for comeback. So now even kids can vote. What is that all about? 2 days to go, guys. We will soon find out. So please stay tuned. Keep an eye on the comment section and definitely subscribe to the channel and stay tuned to the channel. So that surprise would be revealed after 2 days. Okay, so now we will be summarizing the story by Ruskin Bond, The Thief's Story. Now, the main character of the story, there are two characters, Hari and Anil. Now, the thief of the story is definitely Hari Singh, which is not his real name again. He is the titular character, okay. Titular character, that is the thief in the title, right, is Hari. Hari is again not his real name. He keeps changing his names in order to escape the police and also from wherever he had stolen, right. He was 15 years old, so he was a young boy of 15 years old, but he was quite good for his age, quite good as a thief, quite good in his profession. What was his profession? He was a thief, so theft, okay. So Hari Singh wasn't even his real name. As I told you, he used to use different names every month to avoid getting caught. Now, the first time he met Anil, our second important character, at a wrestling match. Okay. Now, Anil looked like a perfect mark, simple, kind, and easygoing. So Anil looked like an easy target for Hari. Okay, because he was simple, kind, and he was also very easygoing. Hari approached Anil and complimented on his look because his intention was what? To befriend Anil in order to rob him. So first of all, the first step would be to befriend Anil. If he could make friendship with him, only then he could get into his house and gradually win his confidence and rob him. So that was his real intention. So he began by flattering him. So he complimented him because his purpose was to flatter. Okay. Now he told Anil that he wanted to work for him. Right. Now Anil said that okay, you can work, but I cannot afford to pay you. I do not earn that much money that I could afford to pay you. So then Hari said that he would work for food. Okay. So what was the final decision that was taken? Anil asked Hari whether he can cook. If he could cook, then Anil could could feed him, right? So Hari lied that he could cook. The reality was that he couldn't cook, but that was the only option by which he could enter into his house and rob him, right? So Anil agreed and took him in. Now that night, Hari made dinner. It was absolutely not edible. Okay, so what did Anil do? Anil gave it to some stray dog and told Hari to leave, that you don't have to cook, it's not your cup of tea, right? However, Hari kept on standing and kept on smiling at Anil. Okay, he was trying to appease whom? Appease Anil. So he started to smile, and that was the initiation of a development of bond of friendship. And Hari was trying to, by smiling, he was trying to win the confidence. Confidence of Anil. Right? So gradually that was the first step to win his confidence. Okay. Then Anil said he started teaching him how to cook. Okay. So he let Hari stay. So finally we've understood that Hari's plan worked and he really had won the confidence of Anil, and he started to teach him how to cook. Also, he taught Hari how to write his name and promised that one day Hari would learn how to write whole sentences and add numbers. So, education. He was trying to educate Hari. That was a great step in Hari's life. Hari was glad with some education he could be better at what he did. So he wanted to get better, right? So he understood the importance of education. He found it easy to work for Anil, and every day Anil would make tea in the morning, right? Then every day he would be making tea in the morning, and then he used to go to the market to buy supplies, and always made a rupee profit. How? Because the money that Anil used to give Hari, what did he do? He, whatever was saved, he used to never return that to Hari. Anil, sorry. So therefore, that is how he used to always make a day, always a rupees profit, right? Every day. So that was how he was earning. So definitely he was very happy to work with Hari because he was able to learn how to cook. He was able to learn how to read, write, and also he was earning his day's income, right? Now, Hari learned a bit about Anil. Anil was a writer and he did not make a steady income. So, he was a writer, he was struggling. Okay. So, whenever he used to, whenever he used to earn, he did not have a very steady income. But whenever he used to earn, he could go out and celebrate. Okay. And when he did not have money, what would he do? He would borrow and worry about his next paycheck. So, that is how Anil used to live. Right? Now, one day Anil came home with several bank notes. He had just sold a book to the publisher. So, he had earned a hefty amount of money by selling his book to the publisher. Now, where did he hide the money? He hid the money under his mattress, which again suggests that he had, he had trust on Hari, and therefore he did not keep the money under lock and key. He simply put it under the mattress. Now, it had been some time since Hari stole from someone. So now he was almost out of practice. So what did Hari think? That he was out of practice. Out of practice of what? Of stealing. That was his profession. Now he wanted to steal that money. So it was his greed which came to the front. Okay, he wanted to steal, and the thief in him, okay, the thief in him took the forefront. So it came to the front and he wanted to steal, right? That night he crept up to Anil's bed and carefully extracted the money. So after initial inhibitions, he was trying to, reason out why should he take the money. He thought if he did not take the money, again Anil would be celebrating with his friends and wasting his money, which he did not want. So there was a kind of conflict between the thief in Anil and the Hari and the good side of Hari, trying to make an argument. Okay, but finally the thief in the good side of Anil, that went to that went to the background, and the thief in Anil gave in, and the greed forced him, compelled him to creep up to Anil's bed and extract the money from there. He thought that the money is more useful, it would be more useful for Hari than it would be for Anil. Then he ran and came to a bazaar by the station and slowed down, counted the money. There was 600 rupees in the bundle. and he thought that he would be living like a king for a week or two, and that gave him the pleasure. And then he arrived at the station, and the Lucknow Express was just leaving the platform then. He ran, but he missed the train. Okay, Hari stood still and watched the train left. Okay, watch the train leave. Should we leave? Not left. Okay, he was alone now, and he had nowhere to go. Why? Because he had no friends. Okay, he thought of Anil, and he used to how his house was the one place where he could go back, because he had no friends, as he thought that friends would be leading to trouble. Therefore, he never made any friends, and he could not stay in the hotels over there because that would rouse the curiosity of the others, and he could be caught. So the only place where he could go was his benefactor Anil, whom he had robbed recently, right? So Hari started walking aimlessly and came to a Maidan, and there he sat on the bench thinking about Anil's reaction. Okay, so therefore we can say that he had a prick of conscience, right? Because he started to think how Anil would feel. Now, what do you think? Anil would feel, of course, he would feel terrible. But don't you think that he would feel terrible not because of the financial loss, but because of the breach of trust, right? Because he had imposed great trust on Anil. Anil was even free to come out and go of the house. He had the key with him. Also, the money was kept inside the mattress, not inside lock and key. So that shows the ample amount of trust that Anil had placed on Hari, which Hari had breached by taking away the money and trying to elope with it. Anil knew that he would be sad, not at the loss of the money, but at the loss of the trust. And then it started to rain, and Hari made his way to the bazaar. He was soaked, he was completely drenched. He took the notes, then he thought about Anil at his time at Anil's. He remembered Anil has promised to teach him write whole sentences. So again, this is talking about the importance of education. He realized the importance of education. Okay, and he realized that one day it would bring him more than thieving could. So this money would soon get exhausted, but the education that he is going to receive is going to stay with him forever, with the help of which he could earn, his honest living, just as Anil earned, and lead a contented life just as Anil lived. So, becoming a clever, well respected man was definitely better. So, he wanted to gain that knowledge. Okay, he wanted to be respected, okay, in the society, earn his living respectably and honestly, and also live a contented life. Okay, so all these things made him take the decision of returning the money back to the place where he had taken from where he had stolen the money, that is inside the mattress, right? So he went back to Anil and put the money under the mattress. Next day, when Anil woke, it was a normal day. Again, Anil was already making tea. Okay, when he woke up, he saw Anil making tea. And to his surprise, this time Anil gave him a 50 rupee note as the part of his wages, and then he declared that they were going to learn whole sentences. So not only was he now going to receive education as he used to, but from now onwards he would also receive his salary. Okay, then Hari realized that Anil had already known what had happened. Why? Because the 50 rupee note that he had given him was still wet, and it was because of the rain that had occurred last night. But he did not say anything. And then he was moved. He was moved by Anil's gestures of not saying anything, not even a word about the stealing. right? So Hari gave Anil a smile, this time it was a genuine, heartfelt smile. So finally, it was the love, the care of Anil, and also the love, care of Anil, which actually led to the transformation of Hari's life, right? So that was the story, guys. I hope you enjoyed the story. And now we will be starting with the important question and answer so that you could have a quick revision. So, guys, before delving into the question and answer, guys, let me ask you whether you want to join us further and gain 100% knowledge and 100% marks. So, there's a link given in the description box. You could have unlimited live classes with fun and high level quizzes. So, the difference between YouTube sessions and our regular platform is that in YouTube sessions, we have a limited number of classes, but live classes, but there the live classes are unlimited, and in every session we have high level quiz questions. You would have the fastest fingers list after each quiz question, which would tell you your real time performance. So that is going to lead you to your future as well, when you would be appearing for various competitive exams, also preparing you to give your exam, to give your board exams or whatever exam you appear for in the least possible time. So that is very, very important. You could compete with the students throughout the world, so giving you a lot of exposure, guys. Plus, even if you watch the replays, they would have a live quiz. Okay, interactive live quiz. Also, the leaderboard at the end. So that leaderboard would be showing you your overall class rank and earn points. And this is possible even in your live class. In your replays, right? So that is something which is super amazing. Plus, you can download all the notes. You have the section called Get Notes. From there, you can download all the notes at the end of each session. Plus, all your doubts, all your queries are going to be solved by our class teachers, by a special team of class teachers who are, who would be catering to all the doubts that you have. So then and there, your doubts are going to be completely solved. So it's not just, in YouTube sessions, it's not possible for one teacher to cater to each and every doubt that you have. But we have solved this problem, and we have, made it very, very personalized, giving individual attention to each one of your doubts, solving them then and there, right? Plus assignments after the session. At the end of each session, you have assignments. You can solve them, and you would be able to understand whether you have been able to grasp the content that has been taught in the class. Plus quality tests that you're going to have, guys. We will take the tests and we will be giving you performance report of those tests. So you would be able to analyze your strengths and weaknesses. Plus, you have 5,000 plus micro courses and free crash courses for competitive exams. So, chapter wise, we are constantly trying to fill up all the gaps that we can have in the process of education with our micro courses, with our crash courses, which are absolutely for free. So, chapter wise courses are micro courses, and we have launched various crash courses, so that also you can, get yourselves enrolled into. Plus, all this, you do not have to pay any single, extra amount. And all of this at a lesser price. So let me talk about the price, guys. Link is there in the description box and pinned comment. You just need to visit the link. Use the coupon code SWR Pro, and this is the price for session 21. Pro price is 1500, which you get only at 1200 per month if you use the coupon code SWR Pro. Okay, and that brings down your per class price to only 6 rupees, guys. And for next session, guys, full academic year, you are only getting at 31,104, which is 12 rupees, 12.96, almost 13 rupees per class, which is very, very, very affordable, guys. Okay, full academic year. So not just for your, board exams, because see, 9th and 10th, these are the base years. Okay, these are the base years, and you have to make your base very strong, right? So this is going to help you We are going to guide you throughout the session. We are going to be with you throughout. Okay, so full academic year, and that too at a very affordable price. So what you need to do is just visit the link and use the coupon code SWR Pro. Moving ahead, we'll start with the extract based questions first. Well, it's time I did some real work. I told myself I'm out of practice. Okay, this is the extract. What real work is the speaker talking about? Cooking, stealing, construction work, both 1 and 3. Very, very easy, guys. It is definitely stealing. Next, why does the speaker say I'm out of practice? Because he's a thief and he has not robbed anyone recently because he was in jail. Okay. Because he's a thief and he has quit stealing and become an honorable, it should be an honorable person. The speaker says so because he's a thief and he has not robbed anyone recently, or all of the above. Be careful and then give your answers in the chat box, please. So it is C. Okay. C. He is a thief and he has not robbed anyone recently. Neither he was in jail nor he had turned into an honorable person at this point of time. Okay. So C is the correct answer. Give a synonym of practice. Build, severe, exercise, all of the above. बहुत ही simple है. Very, very simple. It is exercise. Build and severe are absolutely out of the context, right? So, how many of you have got all of these answers correct? Give me a quick high five in the chat box. Okay, so now we'll be entering into the subjective questions. The first subjective question is for 2 marks, guys. What did Anil and Hari agree upon to be the mode of payment, which we have already done in today's session, right? So, when Anil initially stated his inability to pay Hari Singh, Anil asked simply if he can lend him some food and feed him, right? And then Hari realized his target of robbing the man on the other side was getting foiled. He tried to mold the situation for his own benefit, to suit his own benefit. And then Anil agreed to feed him if he knew how to cook. Hence, food was the mode of payment, right? On which both of them agreed. Third, 3 marks question, guys. The second question for subjective, 3 marks. State the events that took place on the night of theft. This is an important question. So the night of robbery was quite eventful. What did he do? After stealing money and leaving Anil's house, Hari went to the railway station, but he did not board the train to Lucknow. He walked slowly through the bazaar as he did not know anyone who would be able to provide shelter, because he did not have any friends, because he considered friends to be trouble, right? He was forced to take shelter under the clock tower later when it started raining heavily. He got drenched completely. And then he realized the importance of education. Also, he had prick of conscience. When he realized that Anil would be Anil's reaction. Okay, Anil's reaction would be what? He would be sad because of the breach of trust. So that led to a prick of conscience, and then he went back to Anil. Okay, so these are the points also mentioned about the prick of conscience. And when you say importance of education, also mention how important education is. I mean, what did he realize? That these notes would be soon exhausted. Okay, the money would be soon exhausted, but education is going to remain throughout, and he would be earning a respectable life, respectable and honest and contented life. Okay, so please do add these points as well in your answers. All right, the last question for 5 marks. Money can't make a man as much as education can. So this is talking about the importance of education that we come to know from here. Okay. So yes, definitely guys, this stands true. Money can buy us all the luxuries and fulfill our needs, but it cannot buy us knowledge, civilized thinking. Okay, it education is the one which lays our platform for all to act upon. So it opens up avenues for endless possibilities, right? Money, on the other hand, can definitely assist to us on a separate level, but definitely it can buy us a plan. But education will teach us, it will give us the knowledge, and we can execute the plan with the help of that knowledge, not with money. So therefore Hari Singh prioritized the chance of being literate over a few hundred rupees. So we should understand the importance of education, helping us to achieve whatever we desire. Now, the homework question is, Hari Singh didn't board the train and return to Anil. Why did he return? And on what values does this incident put light on? So this is a value-based question. I am sure you would be able to answer this question in the comment section. Also, one more important point which I missed is about Hari Singh. Now, Hari Singh could easily hand him over to hand Anil over to police. But don't you think he did a good job by not handing him over to the police, and by molding by transforming his life, by teaching him, and also he started to pay him, right? So this is a kind of uh, this is the kind of approach that we should be following as well. It's very, because if he would have landed if he would have handed him over to the police, he would be again throwing him to the darkness of the prison walls, right? Prison cell. So instead of making his life bleak, because he was just a 15-year-old boy who could be transformed into because see, he understood that he had returned, which means he had understood his mistake, he had realized his mistake. So everybody deserves a second chance, and nobody is born a criminal. It is the circumstances that make a person a criminal. And in Hari's case, it was the circumstances, because he was just a 15-year-old boy who could who with the help of good guidance, good education, could be transformed and could lead a respectable and honest life. That is what Anil understood, and it was his trust, his love, and his not hurling him back to the prison that had transformed Anil. Sorry. Right? So this is another important factor that I missed, but this is a very, very important factor. Okay? So with that, guys, I hope you've understood the session. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, share the video amongst your friends, and also to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Don't forget to visit the link in the description box and pin comment. And I am looking forward to see you very soon as a part of our Vedantu family. Till then, take care. Bye bye. We'll see you again in the next session. Bye bye.